Welcome back to another video review. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Condor Ripaway EMT pouch and the Condor Ripaway EMT pouch Lite. So let's start off with the standard EMT pouch. I bought this one in black. It was $35 Canadian plus tax. As usual, it's made of 1000D nylon. It is water resistant, so basically Cordura, so a very sturdy, strong material. Everything is double stitched, so very well sewn. Thus far, every item that I've ever owned by Condor, I've liked for the most part. So usually I start from the front and move my way to the back. On this particular item, the first thing I want to take a look at actually is the Ripaway panel. So this would attach to your vest, your battle belt. For me, I'm using this on a backpack that uses the MOLLE system. It uses 5 rows horizontally by 3 rows vertically. Uses the standard MOLLE straps with the snap buttons. On the back here, attached to the panel itself, it does have 2 D-rings so that you can attach a shoulder strap if you like to carry it around. And then there's the restraining strap here that holds the pouch to the panel. So basically it's just a buckle. You can undo that. And then this panel comes off. So this way, this stays attached to your belt or whatever. And you can just rip this off, throw it to a friend if he needs it, lay it on the ground. Just easier access basically to be able to use this first aid kit or EMT pouch. I also want to mention that on the restraining strap, there is an elastic band here, so any excess of the strap when you tighten it down, you can use this band just to hold it in place. Alright, so basically that's the panel, so let's take a look at the pouch. Alright, so starting from the front, and then we'll move our way to the back. It comes with a couple rows of MOLLE, so you can attach other items on the front if you like. It does have a loop field here, so if you want to attach a patch, for example, if you want to designate that this is a first aid pouch, you can. Add your patch there. There's a retention strap here to hold the bag closed this way if you like. And then there is a carry handle. If you notice that when I had it on the panel, I have the carry handle tucked down and I have the straps over above. That just makes it easier for when I undo that buckle. I can just grab this and rip it away instead of having to worry about having to move that buckle through the handle loop. It uses a double zipper system. It is a clamshell design. The dimensions are 8 inches by 6 inches across by 3.5 inches in depth. I did measure this. I do have a lot of stuff in here. It actually measures about 4 inches roughly right now. And then on the back here it has your hook field that attaches to the loop field on the panel. Alright, so all the contents that you'll see inside of here does not come with the kit. This is just stuff that I threw in there for the time being as I'm building up my first aid kit. But it gives you an idea of really how much stuff you can shove in this bag or pouch. So let's open it up. As mentioned, clamshell design. So opens up, and then it is a tri-fold system. So it's got 3 sections here. Let's flip it around. Alright, so to start off with on this section, basically it's just a small pouch that's attached by a strap, has a zipper, and this allows you to put all your small items in here. Batteries, I got in here a flashlight, gloves, extra batteries, tweezers, just lots of small items that would be loose. You can put them in there. On the next section here, it comes with a whole bunch of retention straps that are elastic, and basically it's like double layered. It'll be 1 row, and then in this part here will be sewn in the middle, so you can put other stuff in here. So as you can see, the strap goes all the way across for this whole pad, but for here it has these loops so you can put like gauze and such in. And then there is a pocket down here to put whatever here. So for example, I put a safety blanket down there, and I got a glow stick. And there's another loop section down here. I use this for a bottle of saline, just so I can irrigate a wound if I need to. So as you can see, a lot of gauze, a lot of bandages in here. It fits quite a bit. On the next panel, has elastic retention system again, so that you can, put markers if you like, whatever you want. There's a bottle of iodine. And then there's two pockets on this one. So a shallower pocket and then a deeper pocket right here. And the deeper pocket does have a retention strap, so that you can hold whatever you put in there in that spot. So I got like a whole bunch of like gauze and band-aids and such in there. So you can see it fits a lot in such a small package. And there's still a couple more items I'm going to put in here. I just haven't put them in there, and I'm going to rearrange some stuff because some of the stuff is doubled up. I don't need this many of certain items. But for the meantime, I just threw everything that I had that I wanted in here. So yeah, I really like this kit. It's pretty roomy, and it's got a lot of features of holding stuff in place. It keeps it all compact. So next, we'll take a closer look at the EMT pouch Lite. So it has a lot of features of the EMT pouch, just that this one is smaller. This one is 6 inches in height, 4 inches in width, and 2 inches depth. It opens up clamshell design, does have the double zippers. It's made of 1000D nylon again, comes in all the same colors as before that I mentioned for the other pouch. However, the panel on the back of this one uses the 6-inch mod straps, so that you can affix it to your MOLLE system. I really like these straps. I actually prefer these over the standard straps. I wish all their stuff used this setup where, because you can place stuff differently, you can move it around differently, and because it's got the mod straps that come right out, just makes for putting stuff in different spots a lot easier. So, like the other one, can rip the pouch off, has the panel, has a couple rows of MOLLE, again some loop field here, so if you want to, you can designate it as a first aid kit with a patch, or put whatever patch you like. That's what I'm going to have on this pouch, my blood type, and that it is a first aid kit. This one I'm actually going to personally be using as an IFAK, so this will be for my own person. This won't be for using on other people. I want to get a cat tourniquet for it and some other type of stuff for this one. Something I also like about this pouch, which I wish the other regular pouch had, which you can see it doesn't, is it has some MOLLE straps here on the side. This is so you can add like the cat tourniquet holder or whatever you want to put on there. You can put pens in there or markers. I really wish that this had some of that on here. As mentioned, clamshell design. This one, however, once you open it up a little bit, there's a little red pull tab. This allows you just to be able to have easy access and rip it right open. This one internally on this side only has the one pocket here, and then as mentioned, the elastic band. So I was mentioning in the other pouch that it goes all the way across, so you can put bigger stuff there. And then it has your loops, so you can put like gauze and such. This pouch also on the sides here, where they do the seams, they put the elastic band through here as well. So you got little loops here, so you can put like markers or shears or whatever you want to put on the side. I really wish the other pouch had this as well. So that's two features that they could add to this pouch just to make it that little bit better. And there's no reason why they wouldn't be able to do it with this larger pouch. It has the string loops here, so you can attach like, you can like zip tie in tape or whatever you want to put in there. And then on this side, basically it's just a really long elastic band with some more loops. This will fit like your Israel bandage. I did test the Canadian Forces bandage in there and it did work. So overall, good little pouches. Very well built. I like the fact that they're rip away. This one here, as I mentioned, I got on a backpack. I do have actually that attaches from the D-ring on here. I add a piece of paracord so that if I did throw this, it can only go that far away from me. I wish, that's one feature I wish they had on here, was at least one D-ring so that you can attach basically a lanyard to it and then have it attached to the handle. So when you throw it away or something happens, at least you can pull it to yourself. It's not fully away from you. So anyways, if you have any questions, comment down below and I'll be more than happy to try and help you answer those questions. I hope everybody's having a great week. Have a great day and take care.